score in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. And they're starting off the season playing the 76ers here. Last season, they won all 4 games, showing complete dominance.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Yeah, Greg, you're right. They're the better team. I mean, they expect to win this matchup. We'll see if they can take care of business tonight.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Robert Covington out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Tony Wroten. And it's Okafor in at the center, locking down the middle. Boston took a lot of steps forward last season with their coach, Brad Stevens. Still, though, their defense was near the middle of the road. That will need some tweaking.
Yeah, and you could say that seemed to be the limiting factor, Kevin, in how far they eventually went. Strange, given how several years ago they were an offensive juggernaut.
Just 5 to shoot. Had him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. About a minute played so far here in the first. Wroten kicks to Covington. With the floater. Here's Landry. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And he's got his first chance at the line here. Free throw drops for Landry.
Yeah, you know, for the Celtics in their defense, a lot of it had to do with rim protection and challenging shots. They were actually last in the league in blocks.
Now here's Zeller. Landry grabs the miss. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Wroten dishes to Landry. That's good. Landry's got 5 now.
Yeah, and the Celtics averaged under 4 blocks a game last season, but blocks aren't the whole story. They let opponents get too many easy looks inside the paint. That's the real factor in why their defense was subpar.
Here's Bradley after Carl Landry's bucket. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Thompson passes to Wroten, and the foul on Marcus Smart. And here are Lee with the steal. In a fast break now for the Celtics. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a 1-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Okafor kicks to Covington. Wroten dishes to Okafor. Again, Philadelphia.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that.
Now Thompson, after Marcus Smart missing on that last 3-pointer. Okafor with the ball, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Okafor with no one around, and Lee pulls it down.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Bradley can't get it to go. The 76ers leading by 5. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Smart. Pushing it up. Here's Turner. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Sellinger's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Jerebko comes in for David Lee. Crowder, he's checked in for Bradley. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Marcus Smart. Here's Sampson. The call will go against Jerebko. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
The Celtics making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Philadelphia moving the ball around. He used that pick to get in close.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now, here's Thomas. Good on the 3-point shot.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
The 76ers have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Here's Cannon. Rebounded by Urebko. Boston's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Baseline jumper. Almost, but it rolls out.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Sampson's shot is off.
Well, one of his is fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Kicks to Urebko. Here's the 3. 6 on the shot clock. Shot is off. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Rick, you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns. In their first meeting, he took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared them down as he was hitting shots. Looked at that bench, man. He had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and battle doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
Assist goes to
Boston trailing. Now Thomas. He dishes it to Olynyk. Back to Thomas. Puts up a 3. No good. 76ers have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And the shot's good from Crowder.
Impressive fast break there. They did a great job advancing the rock with the pass.
Here's Cannon. He's guarded by Thomas. Cannon. No good on the buzzer beater.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming on the court.
And Amir Johnson resigned in Toronto. He's been a big part of this team for years, and he's
almost like a soccer atmosphere. I don't know if you've been to a soccer game overseas, but they're just always cheering, rowdy, jumping up and down, waving towels. It's just a great atmosphere, you know, and it's inspirational just to watch the support we have, and it's something.
Guys, when they learn how passionate, Clark, the fans in Toronto can be.
You know, Kevin, that's so true. I mean, when they get it going at the Air Canada Center, that place rocks. And it's great to hear Amir talk about how that pumps him up and makes him want to do it for Canada.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Tony Roden. Carl Landry is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Okafor, and it's Thompson in at the shooting guard position. There's Lee with the 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And here we go. Roten heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Celtics trail by 3.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Tries again. And Bradley gets it to go on the assist by Lee. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Roten, the pass to Okafor. He kicks it to Thompson. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while, an international player. Okafor gets the bucket. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And Turner takes to Sullinger. Screen by Lee. Sullinger, no good. Philadelphia leading by 3. Roten with it, now guarded by Smart. Roten dishes to Landry. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Austin with the ball. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately.
Now here's Roten. He's covered closely. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Takes it off the glass. Smart's got the lead up to 1 now for the Celtics. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Roten, the pass to Thompson. He's looking for Landry and finds him. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Landry's got 7 points in the game. And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Crowder, he's checked in for Boston. Sullinger with the bucket.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Bradley against Thompson. From outside the arc. And again, Boston with the triple. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Olynyk, he's checked in for Lee. Jerebko comes in for Bradley. And Thomas subbed in for Evan Turner. Grant. Good D by Sullinger.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. And you gotta love the effort. I mean, he battles just as hard on the inside as he does on the perimeter.
And Noel kicks to Grant. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Johnson, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. A shot by Johnson, no good. The 76ers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
The Celtics with the lead. Pass to Olynyk. They set the screen. They get the rebound. There's the pass to Crowder. This one for 3. Cannon with the rebound. One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this. Only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case.
Boston making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. Count the bucket. And that's now 6 points for Isaiah Thomas.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out. Oh! That athletic.
Yeah,
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Here's Embiid. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's Johnson, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively, letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Here's Cannon. He's guarded by Thomas. And Cannon gets it to go.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the...
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Celtics lead by 2.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. This arena is packed, and the energy in the building obvious. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half. Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Look at Evan Turner. What a contribution.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. David Lee is out there with Zeller, and it's Smart in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Roten dishes to Landry. Thompson passes to Covington. Clock at 6. And that misses. That would have put him up.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
And Evan Turner's one of those guys, he just gives you a little bit of everything. I mean, he can play multiple positions, handles the ball, he can pass it, shoot it. Kind of a Swiss Army jackknife who uses multiple tools to his advantage.
Boston leading by 4. Here's Smart. No good on the triple. Philadelphia's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Now here's Roten. Turner covering. Outside Landry, pass to Thompson. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And here are the numbers for Turner. How he did last season. Averaged about 9 points per game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go.
90 seconds now into the second half. Smart kicks to Lee. There's the dish to Zeller. Fade away. And that one comes up a bit short.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
And then Okafor slams it in.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And Thompson sends it back. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And it's all evened up. The Celtics have gone 0-4 from the field in the second half. Yet to find the mark.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
From deep three-point range, the rebound by Roten. Roten's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide Clark instant offense for them off the bench.
And, Kevin, I think that was a turning point for them last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big leap forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
Boston, no good that time either.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
And that one is stuffed right through.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Count that one. Roten's got 10 points in the game.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
We call that a collabo because everybody's boxing out and making sure they secure the glass.
Here's Smart, and he makes good on the layup.
Fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Here's Covington. Turner covering. Shot clock at 6. Here's Okafor. And he overshot that one, missing.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green to kind of take that starting power forward role. And give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Greg, you're talking about David Lee, the 2-time All-Star. Pretty much a starter most of his career, though. A big change, Clark, as he came off the bench this past season after he was injured in the preseason.
Yeah, you know, you think about his game, though, Kevin. Highly skilled, mobile, smart. Gives you energy and scoring. I think he's ideal coming off the bench.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. Now the 76ers with it. They've gone on a 16-2 run, not allowing much. Screen by Grant. 32 seconds left in the third.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Here's Cannon. He's guarded by Thomas. There's a screen by Noel. Cannon, the pass to Sampson. Three-pointer. No good, trying to beat the bus.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming into the court are your Celtics dancers.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Celtics trail by 12, so on the floor for Philadelphia. Noel and Embiid patrol the paint together inside. Thompson is out there with Isaiah Cannon. And it's Sampson in at the three.
And a big lead for them on both the